What's up, MuchMusic? Sadé here, and today I am a different woman from the one you have seen before now, because before Sunday, I had not seen the Stray Kids live in concert in my city. And today, I come to you a changed human being. Stray Kids were the first act to perform at the Rogers Stadium in Toronto, and it's their first time in Canada, so this was a very, very special show. It was also the last stop on their North American leg of their dominATE tour. Now, I didn't tell you I've been preparing for this day my entire life. I would be lying because I've only started listening to Stray Kids as of 2 years ago, so I'm still a baby state. But it feels like a build-up of something that I needed to experience. Now, while I started listening to Stray Kids music maybe 2 years ago, I saw a video of someone doing the God's Menu dance at one of their shows, and I was just kind of captivated from there. I only really got into them maybe a year ago when like La 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 was coming out, and then really like delved into their content once they hit the Met Gala. So come November, once they announced the North American leg of their tour, I got my VIP tickets and I ended up sitting right behind the middle barricade right in the center. So I got like an amazing view of the kids, and let me just tell you about it. So ahead of the show, I had seen a lot of people going to the show and like their tips for getting in, and honestly, it just sounded like a mad dash. It sounded insane to me. People were like, make sure you drink water, make sure you're prepared with this, and make sure this is in your bag. Clear bags only, don't bring this, da-da-da-da. And it seemed very overwhelming, and because I had VIP, I just didn't think I'd be in that many lines. I didn't think I'd be in the heat that long, but that was not the case. I think the main thing with this show was that no one had been to this venue before, so just didn't know what to expect with the lines, what to wear, what you're gonna eat, how you're gonna get there. You didn't know what the view of the stage was gonna be like. So I think all those factors made it a very like anxiety ridden for a lot of Canadian stays. And I think one of my main concerns, having been to the Rogers Center before and being on the floor, was that the stage was gonna be very high, and being on the floor, you will only get to see the kids from when they're like right at the front of the stage, and you couldn't see the back of the stage, because that was the case for me when I went to see Taylor Swift. Arriving there, surprisingly, the stage was very short, and I know this was a problem for a lot of people on the floor in the back, but the back was none of my business. The stage being that short was, I don't know, a shock to me. And it was just, you had the best view of everything. Because even being in front of the pit, everyone there was pretty short. And I'm pretty tall, I'm 5'7". And then I had platforms on, so everyone kind of pushed to the front. And even if they didn't, you could still have a great view of Stray Kids, and they pretty much had a view of you. I hope. I'm just gonna assume that they saw me. So I also got to see the Soundcheck, and it was just so funny hearing Bang Chan talk about, yeah guys, we're really in the middle of nowhere. This is the first act to perform at this stadium. He's like, there's planes flying by, I don't know. And he also made sure to check in that everyone was safe, everyone had water, and if there was any problem with water, he said he would deal with it. And that's our leader. That's our best leader right there. Also, IN came out with like a Canada umbrella kind of hat on, and it was so cute. I think he also ended up posting on Bubble that he had these Canada glasses, so he was really getting into the Canadian vibes. And even Sungmin, he had a Blue Jays baseball jersey on, as he was doing in most cities where he'd have the baseball jersey of the team of that city. I even made my own freebies to give out to Stay, and I got a bunch of freebies back, so that was a really cool experience. So thinking that I actually had maybe 300 to 400 freebies printed, that I actually interacted with 300 to 400 people, and all of them amazing, like beautiful people, so sweet. Was just, I don't know, it was everything I could have wanted. So one thing about the prohibited items for the venue was that there was no water guns, no signs, but people did manage to bring in some signs. There was no water fight, but they did kind of do the splashing with water and stuff during the show. The show itself was amazing. I think it went on for maybe 3.5 hours. And then we also had the Soundcheck as VIP. So I just felt like the boys were in like the best spirits. They were happy to be in Canada. They were happy to know like they had Stay here, and they were excited to come back. And they said we did a great job of yelling, being loud, and turning up with them. So because we did go early as VIP, because I wanted to get merch, we didn't end up going to the merch line because it was literally so far from the entrance. So we just ended up being in line to get into the venue. And because we did line up early, we did get to go into the merch line inside early, and that was the best thing because there was no line at all. So I did end up getting one of the Evil Skitsu shirts. Yeah. I know I'm a Felix girl, but Hyunjin is my bias wrecker, and I just thought this looked cuter than Bokhari. Sorry. I got this t-shirt and I got the white Stray Kids tour shirt, and I feel like that was enough for me. Also, the VIP gifts, you get a lanyard, you got postcards of each member from one of the dominATE concepts, pens, an eye mask for sleeping, and a pillowcase. Yeah, again, like, I'm a Felix girly, so my favorite parts were just Felix screaming his heart out. Like, I seen them up close with my own eyeballs. That was an experience in itself. Like, you spend so much time watching these people on a screen to actually see them in person and see them smile at fans and wave at everybody and dance, just actually seeing their dancing capabilities and hearing their voice and their vocals and their cadence with their words. Oh my god, it all was just such a great package deal. They're such a talented group, and you could really just see that and be involved in it while you're at the show. But it's definitely something I'll never forget for the rest of my life. One of the things I really loved about the performance was how much they stopped to speak and talk to the crowd. Bangchan just made sure that everyone was okay, made sure everyone was really hyped. They also stopped to talk about their unit songs. So he was talking about Escape, and he said for this lovey-dovey song, he went a little bit more feral, or he and Hyunjin went a little bit more feral because Canada is the home of Ryan Reynolds.
Today, we went a little bit more feral because, you know, Canada is the home of, if I'm right, Ryan Reynolds, and am I right? Yeah, right, yeah. Oh, the song itself is a very lovey-dovey, adorable song. So yes.
And as a lot of stays know, they are really good friends with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, as they were both in their Chick Chick Boom music video. But all in all, I would say the show was a 10 out of 10. The guys gave so much energy. They had so many fan interactions. Oh my god, guys, I almost forgot to mention that Bangchan actually ended up jumping off of the stage and running around the arena just to like wave and say hi to fans. Like, he did a full lap. And one thing that he did that was so precious is that he stopped to talk to say hi and interact with the people in the accessibility area. So that's people with any disabilities or in wheelchairs, and he stopped to kind of like say hi to those people, which I don't know anyone who's ever done that, because those areas are often so far from the stage. They probably never get any interactions with the artists. So that was just really special for him to do. And even at the end of the show, he made sure to thank his band, thank the members, thank Stay, to thank the interpreters. You know, he made sure everyone was thought of. And even with their shows, the fact that they have the carts go around the arena too, so people in the stands are also kind of getting a fan interaction, and they're getting the experience of seeing them up close, or as close as I was, you know, so everyone got that experience. It was really cool. And like they did at many of the other stops, they also did kind of run around the barricade. I don't think Felix kind of went down, but I know Changbin and I think Lino went down. I think a few of them did. I think Hyunjin also did. And even Hyunjin, when he was speaking, he did kind of tease that there'll be new music.
여기 계신 여러분들, 저희 뭔가 나오면 잘 들어주실 거죠?
So everyone here, if something gets released, you guys are gonna listen to it, right?
But they all did talk about possibly coming back. Han was kind of joking about, yeah, no, we'll be back next week. We'll be back soon. I'm like, okay. Hopefully next year, hopefully they do get a break, some time to themselves, and then they can do another tour and maybe do more cities in Canada. That would be really cool. For leaving the venue at the Rogers Stadium, that was kind of intense. Me and my friend did wait back a little bit because we didn't want to be caught in the huge crowd, and that made for an easy exit. Again, the walk was just super long. The ice cream truck was still open, so you could still kind of chill at the fan area and eat ice cream or chill out. But walking back to where the Ubers were was just so long. Getting an Uber it took so long. It was almost impossible. So I'd say the best method for leaving this venue is just to take the free shuttle. or just take the subway. But yeah, the thing with us is like we did not have comfortable shoes on, so we were not going to do that. So yeah, the whole reason why we did wear platform shoes is because we were afraid that the stage was gonna be too high, and my friend is 4'11", so she definitely had to watch out for that. Shout out to Stray Kids for putting on an incredible tour. I hope they're able to rest from now on. I know they said they're coming out with new music and they're just constantly giving us drops, but I think it's because we pour so much into them. So for them, it brings them joy to just give us something. So I'm excited to hear more music from them. I'm so curious to hear about you guys' experience, if you guys got to go, and if you didn't get to go, what have you seen online from the show? There were just like so many moments that were my favorite, but Felix screaming into the crowd and Bang Chan just taking the time to talk to the audience so much. Those were really special. But yeah, I'm a changed woman. That show, that group has changed my life in ways I cannot even describe. And yeah, I just look forward to their future. I'm excited to hear what you guys got to say, and I'll check you in the next video. Peace out. Much love.
See you soon. Bye.